All right, hi everybody. How's it going? Uh-oh, what? I missed all these chat messages. Oh, 2 chat messages. That's a lot for me, 2 chat messages. Kevin says hi, so hi Kevin. Oh, my Kevin's broken. Oh, Kevin's broken. Okay. It's broken. I don't know what to say. Corey is here to experience the FOMO since I'm currently stuck in 6.4 with my main client project right now. Oh man. Why won't they? Do they not want to update? Or why locked into 6.4? Answer me. Holding up because of the link control shenanigans. What link control shenanigans? What are you talking about? Hey, the love, how's it going? How is it going? Yeah, cool. Well, while Corey figures that out, I guess we can see what I'm trying to work on today. So I'm speaking at WordCamp Canada in July, and if you can come, you should come. Igneous Fury, welcome, hello, thanks for hanging out today. But I want to put my slide deck together. I want to build my slide deck out in. Sorry, I'm just gonna kill my stream timer. In using the Interactivity API. So the idea behind this thing is if I go to the front end, which might look a little weird because my screen's off the screen there, but when I'm hitting the arrows, I've got this like these fading things in. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. But this is all done with a block. I'm also going to miss WordCamp Europe, which is, you know, it is what it is. It's a bummer. Excuse me, but there'll always be another one that I can do. So anyways, yeah, so what I want to do here is I have slides with speaker notes. My speaker notes are a block editor instance where I can put this in, and then I forget how I did this now. So if I go, let's look at the code. Okay, cool. So the code here, my presentation, it's using it's using a the Interactivity API. So actions are your slide, next slide, key down, start presentation, open. Okay, open my notes here. So I hit this. Yeah. So what it does is it's actually opening my notes here, and it'll actually when I use my speaker notes, if I do left and right arrow here, it will actually move through that stuff. What is this issue? I can't click on that link. Oh, how I captured this or something. Multi-logic. They fixed it in 6.4, made it worse again in 6.5. That's not good. Oh, I don't know why I can't get that. Hold on, can I get it somewhere else? There, let's try that. What is this issue? Consider a user preference for advanced link editing. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. Starship succeeded today. What is going on with my chat thing here? Hold on, something weird going on with my chat. I gotta quit this. Sorry, things are falling apart today. A little bit. Stand by. No, you're not derailing us at all. My chat died, so I don't know. So if someone types something in chat, that would be cool. But anyway, this is what we're kind of working on today. So I had this idea of a couple things. One, being able to add speaker points. What the deuce is right. Did I just... Did somebody just fall? What is going on? Did that work? It did work, yeah. Move something. Okay. Hello world. There we go. Thanks. I don't know what is happening with this. There's only that many chats right now. So anyway, okay. Whatever. Okay, I can type. That seems fine. Welcome to tech support with Ryan Welcher. Okay, anyway, so what I want to do, so each slide can have a speaker notes, right? And then there's content inside each slide. So this, each of these things can be called the talking point, basically. And what I want to be able to do, like in the case of a list, if I want each one of these things to be a talking point, like this one, for example. So this has been defined. This is what I'm calling a talking point, and basically it's just adding a CSS class, and that's what I want to do. And I'm gonna put myself back over here because I don't like it over there, Kevin. But anyways, so what this is gonna do is let's make this one a talking point as well. So we're gonna make that a talking point. Then when I save this, if I jump back onto the front end, refresh this, hit the S button, which is gonna go full screen. You can see that one was marked as a talking point now. So a talking point gives me the fade in as I'm going through, and it keeps it from anyways, yeah. And so when I have my notes open too, you can see that the notes don't actually mark the slide. So in here, if I click on this window and I use the left and right arrow, right now I'm advancing points, and then I'm moving on to the next one. So each one of these has been marked as a point. So there's like 4, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then moves on. And this is just 1, and then there's no more images. So what it'll actually do is go behind the scenes. So what I'm noticing is I did this plugin icon. Oh, you shut your face. I was messing around with SVGs last night on the advanced query loop block, and there was some weird stuff going on. So specifically, there's one place which I'm a bit ADD today. If I install my plugin in here, I'll show you, and I'm trying to figure this out, the best way to do this. Advanced query loop. This is just going to become an ad for my advanced query loop plugin. Install. Activate. So if you're in a post like this one, for example, and I add advanced query loop, you can see I'll just pick this blank one. You see over here, this little doodad's broken, and it's because of the SVG. Yep. It's because this SVG isn't sitting in there correctly, and the other thing that it does is, if I'm just using the query loop, you can see there's a button there, but the SVG doesn't work in there again. And if I use like if I use the icon, like a dash icon or something, it works fine. But it's just something to do with my custom SVG, and so I'm trying to mess around with that and get it all figured out. What is this? What am I doing here? This thing. So anyway, so I was messing around with that. So I might just have to make it by face. Let's be real. Okay. All right. So what are we doing? What am I doing? So where did I just leave this off? So what I have been doing is I have some CSS in here. So in my editor, in the style CSS, what I want to do is, where did I think it's in the slide actually. Oh, this is it. Okay, so there's an is presenting that I might just comment that out for now. I think this should, there we go. So now when I'm hitting my arrow keys, you can see it without having to go in here. And I think I'm kind of torn with how I should, what we do. Well, I'm working on a interactivity API driven slide tool. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to customize my theme a little bit. Let's see what we got in here. Like, I'm just going to basically remove that. It says remove this. I'm going to remove the header. I'm going to remove the footer. And save that. And now it's kind of, this is built as a plugin, and it yeah, so that's a little bit real, more real looking. Looks correct to me. WCCA, complaining about the link control. This block in preparation for your presentation at WCEU. It's for my present. I'm going to hopefully use this framework to do my slideshow, my presentation work in Canada. I'm not going to WordCamp Europe this year. Mohammed Taki is saying hi from YouTube. Hi, how you doing? We're here over on Twitch. If you want to come join us. Kevin's putting random capital letters into the string. Hey, Jonathan Bostinger's here, hanging out. Thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. If everyone here needs to go and immediately go and follow Jonathan on Twitch. Jonathan, drop your Twitch in the chat here. Jonathan is an awesome, smart, funny, good-looking guy. WordCamp. No, it's yeah, WordCamp Canada. I think they're going with this though. This is the acronym for them, WordCamp A. Yeah, Jonathan, drop your Twitch in here. I'm gonna go get it. One of the two. Let's do that. Twitch. And who am I following? Where is he? Jonathan. And we're gonna drop it in. There it is. There he is. Jonathan is part of the amazing team that puts together content for learn.wordpress.org. He's phenomenal. That is because Canadians always say A at the end of every sentence. It's a thing that we do here in the Great White North. All right, what am I trying to do? So what I was thinking about was getting some other stuff happening here. So there's some things that okay, active talking point, we get all that stuff. Who's that? Oh, somebody, Bad Dude Court just followed. Thanks for the follow, Bad Dude Court. Appreciate you. Trying to decide some stuff. I wonder if there's like if I need to. In that case, it should have been WP. Sorry. Yes, WP maple syrup. Anyway, okay. What? Oh, I have nothing in here. Okay, so there's nothing in this. Can you make a block work with? Okay, so you can build each page, and then could you? What? T. Drayson. Terrence is asking questions. Could you make the block work with pages so you could build each page and then query it, and then it queries a parent and presents them? What? Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. You'd need you could do the query loop block, most likely, because it's just a query, right? You just want to get all parents of, all children of this, or all parents of this, or whatever. Yeah, you could do pages, post type. I'm not even using a post type. I'm just using. I'm using blocks. I'm using a presentation block, and then inside the each is a custom slide block, which I believe has a it's just the inner blocks container, And I don't even think I limited the blocks in there. So there's a couple of things that I'm thinking that I should do. So this is my presentation. So if I hit the end button, I get my speakers notes, right? And look, it works great here. So if I'm tabbing through, my stuff comes up and then it changes, right? And then tabs through, then it changes, and then it tabs back and it changes after I undo all of my stuff. But what it doesn't do, for example, if I'm over here, I refresh this page and I hit notes, you can see what's happening here. I don't know what slide I'm on. So is there a performance effect on that? I don't think so. I mean, querying content is querying content. Shouldn't be a big deal. I don't see why. I mean, if you're worrying about performance, you could cache that response. Like once you have the content in place, you could cache the response, I guess. So what I was getting at here was if I'm here, right, and I hit hit the speaker notes, should it actually say, say you have 40 slides all inside one block? Sounds heavy for one page in inner blocks. What's the difference? It's just rendering content, right? What's the difference between 40 slides inside of one block as opposed to 40 blocks inside of one page? I mean, if you're doing super expensive things, I think in a theoretical standpoint, I don't think there's any real issue with that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right. So anyway, I am thinking what I would like to do is try to maybe have it so when the slide changes, it puts something into the URL, right? And then when it opens it, it can open to a particular slide. Do I have the ability to jump to a slide? Previous slide. Because that I think would be super powerful. The ability to say, I'm at slide whatever. Throw new error. I always have time for questions, especially from you. Please drop it in the chat and I'll answer it if I can. Maybe I can answer it, maybe I can't. I don't know. Okay, so let's see what we can do in the meantime about trying to put in, basically, we're gonna need to know what slide we're at, right? So to do that, I'm trying to think the best way through this. So I've got a bunch of stuff going on here. No, Terrence, I have no time for your shenaniganery. Slide index. So this tells me the current. So where am I getting current slide from? Current slide is 1. Total slide. So I know what I need to do. Okay, so we did. I always have time for questions, Terrence. In the to-do app that we were working on before, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Please go check it out. Maybe I can dig up a link for it right now because 2G. Oh, it just has to go to my GitHub. Interactivity to-do app, MVC. Here it is here. Go have a look. This was a lot of fun to put together. There's a couple of streams on my YouTube's channel, which is also in there. But you can see a working demo in WordPress Playground, which is, I love WordPress Playground. For this kind of stuff is amazing. Go check that out. But what we did in this thing was we have basically Kevin. What did they say last time? Like make Kevin pay. I think that's what it. Make Kevin pay, right? So if I go in active, what it's actually doing is, and this is a bug in Blueprints. In Playground, but it's not actually appending it here. But it's putting like a hashtag active in each one of these things. And the way we did that was with the let's zoom this in a little bit. In our source, in our Vue.js, we have an little action down here where I put it, navigate. And so what it's going to do, it's going to navigate to a particular href, right? And then on the server side, in here, is it in here? Am I pulling it in here? I think I'm doing it here maybe. Nope, I'm doing it somewhere. Can't remember where now. Must be in here. Yeah. So it's getting the view, pulling it out of the get, and then I think what we can do is we can make that work, right? So I'm going to steal some code. I'm going to grab this navigate yield generator function, which is the word that I'm looking for here. Generator function is a fun thing. I'm going to put this in actions. Next slide, previous slide. I'm going to put it in actions right here. And what we're going to navigate to is so I think this is bound to a couple of buttons. Let's see. Let's see some buttons down here. Footer, filters. Here we go. So the href is view all. So what I think I want to do is I want to do something like when I navigate that, I'm going to do something like, what do I have in here again? I'm going to do something like hashtag test. And what I want to have this do is when this navigates, I want it to put a thing in the thing. That's what I want to do. Card template, and I'm going to go actions.navigate. We'll do that. Let's see what that does. So I think I need to change my navigate function. Navigate takes an event. Oh no, there's no event in there because it's not actually happening on that. So I'm just going to call this path. All right. So what this should do is this should navigate to whatever the current slide. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know. I just don't know. So we're gonna refresh this. I'm gonna go boop, beep, bop, beep. There we go. So you see up there, it did it. It added slide 2, and then bop, bop, beep, bop, bop. Oh, put down in here and go do slide 3, so on and so forth. So now, what's awesome about this is now if I should be able to come in here at slide 3 and have it jump back to slide 3. So we're gonna figure out how to do that in a second. Oh, throw new error actually threw his question in there, so let's answer it. So I'm following the create your first block tutorial about the copyright block. What if I want to have the date copyright 2024, but be able to type after that without hard coding that part? So example, copyright 2024 something site. Make something. Okay. Where something is edible. Oh my god, there's so many somethings in this sentence. Where something is editable in the block. Hope that makes sense. Makes total sense. Totally get what you're getting at there. You're gonna need to modify it a little bit. So I can't remember off the top of my head where the copyright 2020. So that block uses. Can you hard code the string? Because I know that the copyright block handles that. What you're going to probably need to do is add like a second field to edit it. And you can do that in a couple of ways. You could have it be in the sidebar, where you put you could have a prepend text, a pre-text and a post-text, where you write my site is copyright 2024 because this is a great site, and you have that stuff kind of build that out. So you could absolutely do it. That's not answering your question, but custom text format. Maybe. I think the thing about the copyright block is that it's dynamically generating the copyright, right? It's dynamically generating the year based on whatever year it is, and I'm pretty sure it's a dynamic block. What is the it's the create your first block, right? You started build your first block. What is this? Okay, cool. So let's take a look. So this has got color. Okay, we're just going to do that, and then putting it all together. Okay, updating index.js, calendar icon, wonderful. Let's jump to the editing. Okay, so in here it's just a p tag, right? So this is being changed. What's being so current year? So current year it's getting pulled from here. Okay. Yep. And then in your render.php. Okay. So what you would probably want to do is, this is a p tag, right? But you can build this string out. So is there a save.js? There's not a save.js. So this is just, okay. So in here, in here, this is very, very straightforward. What you could do is you could have this. It's not hard to do. Can text formats be dynamic? If it helps, I actually showed how to do this with attributes in this lesson. Oh yeah, Jonathan already has shown you how to do it. See, Jonathan, show up here for 5 minutes, change my stream, make things like, nice work. You're the new Kevin for today. We'll see. Kevin, you still have time to redeem yourself. It's amazing. That's fantastic. Go follow that link. I mean, there's a number of ways to do it. I think your UI is going to be the. Oh, and all of a sudden, Kevin showed up. What's that? Finally, I can retire. I don't. Did someone just follow me or something? Something popped up. I don't know what it was. What was I saying? You'll always be number one in my heart, Kevin. Yeah, you can do it. It's just going to be a UI problem, most likely. Oh, someone redeemed Kevin. I didn't see what that was. Oh, there we go. And with that, I bounce. Have fun, fellas. Jonathan, dropping the knowledge and then getting out. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you. Hopefully, I'll get to see you soon. Yes, it's definitely possible. All you need to do is somehow capture the strings that you want to have around it, right? You could do something like what was Corey? What were we talking about? Can text formats be dynamic? What were you trying to do there with the text format? Like you want to highlight it, and that's an interesting thing. Yeah, Kevin, I turned the theme random off. Tired of your shenanigans. I didn't think I don't have that turned on anymore. You can do it. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you good answers. Throw a new error. Go read Jonathan or watch Jonathan's videos. But basically, you need to have an attribute storing like what the text you want to have before or the text you want to have after. And all you do is you would take the current string and be like, in here you would write like this dot attribute attributes dot post message, and it would go after here. And then in the edit, you would do the same thing. So you would change this, the echo date, right? And then in there, you would just echo out attributes, name of your attribute, and you could do it that way. So it's totally possible. Oh, that's a cool thing. Yeah, it is. Well, the thing about text format is that it needs to be. I'm pretty sure it needs to be like an actual tag, right? Is the trademark tag? Is the trademark tag actually it's just like a super tag, like a sup? I can't remember, but yeah. So it's an HTML entity. Oh, okay. It's a superscript inside of it. Yeah. So you can insert that sort of. Yeah. The formatting. Yeah, you can do that. That's cool. We've done some. It's not superscript TM. So you just insert it. Yeah, I think it just wraps stuff in markup, I believe, right? Like the formatting thing, whatever you select, it wraps it in whatever markup you define. And I think it requires a tag. So it could be a superscript tag, and then you can do what you need to do with it. We used it for footnotes before footnotes were a thing. When I was working at 10up, it was kind of cool. Like inline footnotes though, so you could highlight something. Yeah. So like I was working on a site where we would highlight some text and they would insert an attribute, a quote. Well, I can't remember what it was. Oh no, sorry, it was like an explanation tool. So you had like an acronym and you could highlight it, and then you'd put the acronym in and highlight the explanation, and it would hide it until you rolled over. It was pretty cool. That was a little while ago. So anyhow. Okay, so now that we've got slides working here, acronym or initialism? I feel like you're being, well, like CSS or whatever. Then put the paragraph core component and then try to insert the text in the core paragraph component. Yeah, don't you start with me, Corey. I kind of thought you were being facetious, but text is a hard. Well, through here, there's no such thing as wrong. There's not a wrong way. There's ways of doing it. And some of them might just be a little bit more efficient or not. It really depends on what you're doing. It's just, I don't know. I hate it when people are like, oh, I'm wrong about everything. You're not wrong about everything. Stop it. Just stop it. Current slide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say is set. I'm going to say get. Oh wait, I think I have to do this slightly differently. Slide. Can I get that? I am wrong about everything. I would like to be able to get, so maybe I need to say slide equals 3 instead of this. I don't like that though. I'd like that. In PHP, can you get hashtag partials? PHP retrieve from URL. I know you can get super globals, but can you get the, I don't want that. Parse URL, does parse URL return, does it actually return stuff? Fragment, okay. So let's, what I want is fragment. So where do I get fragment from? Let's see what this does. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, what's this? Kind of embarrassing. I can't remember how to get the current URL. Current. It's got to be super global. Current URL PHP. Boom. HD. It's got to be simple. Request URI. That's what it is. I knew it was something like that. You know, it's been a while. Is it server request URI? That's what I'm looking for. So what I want to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to say var dump. All right. Request URI, and I think it was what, parse URL. Johnny, you know what? If Jonathan was here, he would he'd know. Jonathan knows PHP inside out and backwards. So let's see what this is. Let's see if we can get this crack-a-lackin'. I'm just gonna die. This is the way. All right, what we got here? Bam. Cannot use b for reading. Okay. Oh, get lost. Null. Weird. Yeah, I read this last time and I wasn't able to get this team print R. That's right. The URL? Well, it's weird because I'm wondering if maybe because my URL is not like a real one. Like, if I test this, I'm just gonna do this. Hold on. URL. I'm just gonna test whatever this is. Parse URL. I don't know if this is gonna work. Dar dump parse URL. So in here, yeah. So it's got it. It's just not getting it out of my. Oh, what was that? It was server. It was I think it was request URI. I can't remember what it is. Just want to see what this actually dumps out. do this a different way. So this isn't gonna work. What? Huh? What? Oh, what? No, that's why. Okay, let's see. So it says it's null. So I want to do I dump that. Oh, it doesn't have the full. It doesn't have the full URI. That's why. Interesting. I'm not getting the full URL. Get full URL on page. Can. Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. Yeah, I don't care so much about the. What I care about is the. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Well, I wonder what that does. I don't think that's going to get me what I need, but we will test this. We'll test this out. So let's do this. I'm going to go URL again, and then I'm just going to grab whatever this stuff is. Whoa, bam. Okay, so if this gets everything. So the issue that I'm running into here is that it is not retrieving. It's not getting the fragment. So I need, yeah, you don't. I don't think you have that context. However, you could parse the args using custom permanent add rewrite. Well, oh god, no thanks. 77. Didn't put a trailing semicolon here. Yeah, see, it's still not getting this hash tag because this isn't part of the server. I wonder if I do it like this though. Slide equals to. Is still not getting it. Let's try turning that off. Yeah, so it can understand that. Yeah, it's not about the permalink though. I don't care about the permalink. What I want to get is the URL that's been passed to the server, because my intention is like, okay, I want to share this slide, so I send this slide out, right? And you could parse that in your rewrite rule. Oh, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, but what I want to be able to do, I want to be able to do this on the server side, because I want to be able to have this load and say whatever the current slide is, take that from the URL, and then it'll jump to that. It should jump to that slide. I think that's what I want to have happen, and I can do it like this. I'll be able to get that out, but it's not. It just does not like. It does not like PHP get anchor from URL. What's the best way to do that? I'm sure someone solved this problem. I just haven't. I can't remember the last time I did it. PHP self. You can't. The server doesn't get to see the anchor. Okay, so the server doesn't see the anchor, so that's fine. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it a different way. I don't need that. I'm going to instead. I'm going to change this to slide equals current slide. There we go. And then in here, I should be able to just say, should be able to go get slide. Right, so I should be able to see that. I don't even need this anymore. What's this? It is a solid approach, just not on PHP side. Because I don't want it to start on slide 1 and then jump to slide 2. I want it to just go to slide 2. But it's a totally valid way of yes on PHP too. What are you talking about? Maybe I'm not understanding what you're, Kevin. Slide equals 2. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So slide equals 2, right? And then so now my current slide is going to be is set get right? I can just say get whatever slide is, right? If it's that, then it's going to be slide 1. Otherwise, it's going to be, I'm going to do, what is it? What I do is it's sanitize key, get slide. This should just be a number, right? Oh, I broke it. I don't know if my so it is sliding regardless of what I'm doing. Update the hash value though. Yeah, I mean, if I'm using hash value, I could do it that way. Like why? So my hope was that it wouldn't slide to that particular thing. It would just jump there immediately. But I wonder, that's just must be a CSS thing. So I don't need to write my. So make sure, I guess you can just remove the search param and update the hash value though. Yeah, I get this, the page source, so make sure it was 2. View page source, yeah, it should be 2. It's not, I'm not gonna see, oh maybe I will see it in presentation. Slide. I want data.wp interactive. So this is it here. Slides. Current slide is 2, so it is actually getting added there. If so, then you need to update your JS to not slide on load. Yeah, it's CSS stuff. So. Yeah. Trying to remember how I did all this. Yo, Ghostly Gazettes. Hi, yo, from YouTube. Hi and welcome. Let's see. So how am I actually navigating this stuff? Right. So this is the current pause stuff. So I just need to set the current pause and turn the transition off, I guess. Okay. I just wonder though now, I just wonder if it actually makes any sense to do this on the server side. I'm going to try to do it not on the server side, and we're going to see what this does. So where does my init? So my init slideshow is here. So I could possibly, okay, so in my init slideshow, I'm doing some stuff in here. So this is just basically setting it up so we can do the, so I can have my message talk, right? Yeah. So to get that thing, what do I need? I need the history API to get anchor. don't think I've ever done this. So what is this? Place state? Oh, I don't think it does. Add WebSocket support so you can share a presentation. People can follow along in sync with you. That's pretty cool. I never thought of that. So okay, wait. I want to. What am I doing here? So I want to push state. Right, go. I don't want to change it. Do I want to change it? I want to change it. I think I just want to add the anchor. Do I not? JS add anchor to URL. I should just be able to get that right. I was doing that before. So navigate. So that would be like this. And slide. Current slide. Right. So that'll do that. So I should be able to. Oh, I should be able to go through this. What? Whoa. Whoa, boy. What did I just break? I just broke. Oh. I just broke something. Oops. Sorry, my chat window got all screwy. Okay, let's try this again. So, slide 2. So, but it doesn't go back to slide. Weird. Oh, I know why. I can tell you why right now. So I need to add this to the. Need to add that to that. So this should go. Slide 2, slide 3, slide 2, slide 1. Okay. And now, Kevin, what you're saying is when it loads, I should be able to. How do I get? It'd just be like what window.url, isn't that? Window.location. That's all I need, right? Right? I don't know. Kevin's gonna just drop. Well, I like the look of the hashtag. That's what I like. Okay, so hash. So I should be able to get the hash out of there. Hash, right? So I got slide 1. So that's what I'm doing. So in my slide, in my initialization, so I have this init callback thing, right? And what I'm gonna do is, I guess I could just use a number, right? I guess I don't need slide in there. Could just use the number. If I can find it. Like just 1, right? And hello. Just move the slide query param and just remove the slide query param. Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. Like I'm not doing anything, right? But if I do like a 1, I'll refresh this. See, I have it. So what I need to do is I need to retrieve that so I can say which slide is the active slide. So, it's weird that I have this paralyzing fear of screwing up with JavaScript but I just want to remove the hash, the pound from the hash of a URL. Like, what can't I just get the URL? Or not the URL. I just want the thing. There's gotta be a simple way of doing it. Includes. Oh, I have to split it. Yeah. So if you can see this URL, it's got like slide 1, or if I say 2, right? So if I get that, it'll jump to that slide. That's the plan. Oh, whoever that was. Oh, thanks for the sub, the resub. That's amazing. My bot didn't kick in. I don't know what's going on with Tao. Did that turn Tao on? Oh, whatever. So that will do that. So this is going to jump to that particular thing. Now what I want to do is I want to go that should get me just the slide, right? There. So that just gave me the slide. Okay. So then I'm going to say where do I do this? Current slide. So I need to get the context in here. So I have context. I'm going to say CTX current slide number. I'm going to say and I'm going to need to do some of this stuff. All right. Sure, I can clean this up a little bit better. Okay, so that works. So now I should be able to come here and go 3, and it'll jump to that. So work there, I guess. Okay, so that works. So I kind of like doing it that way. I mean, I could leave them both in like that. That won't hurt. It's gonna get the same thing. So what happens? Let's see what happens if I just take this out. I shouldn't have any errors here. No, nothing. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that, I think. So we're just gonna get the current slide set to this. Otherwise, it's gonna be set to 1, which is totally fine. So trying to add an active class to my thumbnails control. Someone from YouTube is asking, can you give us a way to make ROM robots? I always try to add, but I do not find a robot in my profile on the site. I cannot find add robot box. I don't know. Sorry, yeah, I am. I don't know how to help you. Okay, so that's pretty happy with that. So the other thing that means that now what I can do is I can send the current context, so CTX. So okay, so cool. So now I have this, so that the current slide is being set. In my notes template, I can get, is that gonna just work now? Hold on. Okay, hold on. So if I come in at number 2, or let's say I come in at not hashtag 3, 2. Why didn't that work? That worked. Oh. Oh. Okay. I need to change that. I broke it. I done broke it. Okay, that's fine. So I need to, in my VJS and this stuff, I need to strip out the context in there again. Where's this? Where's my slide? Start presentation. Where the hell is my? Oh, it's on key down. That's what it is. All right, start presentation. Okay. So. Oh. I'm just gonna steal logic I did down here. Probably do some helper stuff in there. So location is gonna be window location has right. I think that's gonna be what I want. Okay, so that's not right. Getting closer though. So on message, so slide container on message. I'm gonna console.log this. Console.log. TX, see what we got in there. Use the search params.set. Use search where? On Kevin, I have no idea what you're talking about. I just have no idea what you're talking about. Speaker notes. Nope. Okay, that's notes. So let's see. Inspect. What we got in here? Console's over here for some reason. And why didn't the CTX come through? So maybe I'm not actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll figure that out. So I get the broadcast channel that's being sent. So I have my, this is all being context BC post message, blah, blah, blah. New broadcast. So this is on message. So this is getting a message. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is when it's receiving a message, and then I think what I need to do is I need to do like I think I need to send a message. CTX post message. Type context, and I'm gonna send the initial stuff, right? Because this is gonna, so this sends a message on load to notes window, and this is response to listens for messages. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So then I should be able to now clear this. I fully realize, Kevin, that it must be painful watching me write code, like just so painful. Purple crying face, purple crying face, purple crying face, purple crying face. Alessandro is dropping some stuff in YouTube. I don't really know what these, with their purple crying face emojis. All right, so this is an on message, right? So I should be getting PC post message. So that sends a message back. This is getting a message. This should be, I should have an on message here. Infantilis espablida, please. So weird when I changed. Oh. Interesting. Okay, that's weird. So, what was he gonna do? Where'd that go? I think I'm figuring this out here. Hold on. Yeah, that just does it. Right? 3. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so that's, I need to get that. So to get that out of the location, I can say console dot, and Kevin's probably just rolling over going, what is this guy doing? That's what I do. Location, blah, 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 blah. Search. Get search params. This is what Kevin's talking about, right? Oh, Kev, hilarious, man. You're good times, you really are. New URL, document location, search params. I should get a list of params, and I should be able to get all the params out of there, right? Yeah, get that name. Okay, so let's see. See, I'm learning. We're learning together, Kev. Jonathan had to drop off. Are you asking because this is painful? I feel like you're asking because this is like horribly painful. Size. Look at this here. So I gotta get dot slide, right? To get that slide. Can I use this? Get all? Let's see what that does. Is there an actual get all, or is this just it may not be a get all. Let's see if that's a real thing. This might be Chat GPT or whatever they're using over there, hallucinating on me. Yeah, there is no get all. That needs to stop. Get. And it's what? Slide? Oh my god, that just worked. Did that work? No, that didn't work. Jeez. Just like no sympathy for an old man learning new stuff. Oh, you're a bunch of horrible people. No, you're not. Just Terrence. And I want to slide. If I can freaking type it. Oops. It's none of your goddamn business how old I am. Getting there. It's not there. Oh, because that's not formatted correctly in any way, shape, or form. Because I'm an idiot. Let's try it properly. Let's try it properly. No, let's like reload it and try it properly. Here we go. Okay. Inspect. What do we got? Console. It's probably not going to work. Oh, there we go. Slide one. Okay. So that's what I want. Okay. So then I should be able to go over here. I should be able to notes. This should tell me I'm on slide 2, and it just works. I'm 45, Terrence. That's how old I am. I just turned 45 this past weekend. So shut up. Boy, do I ever like... Yeah, you can use multiple domains. Yeah, there's subdomain, and then there's 2 ways of setting that up. There's like subdomain, and then there's another way of doing it too. So what does this do? Boop, boop. Speaker notes. There seems to be no speaker notes on here. Let's see if there's speaker notes here. Notes. No, okay. Oh, I get it. Okay, so we're off by 1. So I need to go, I think I need to go number, because I don't know if that comes in as a number. We can make that a number, and I'm going to -1. And that's going to give me my initial state. Moonbite, hello. Saying hello. Nice to see you again. Moonbite is saying hi from YouTube. Just a bunch of FAQs. Okay, so I think we got it here. So wherever my slide is, this should pop up the appropriate, yeah, it just shows an image. That's right. Okay, well, we got there. We got there. We got there painfully and slowly, but painfully, which is the important part. So now let's clean this up a little bit because I know that this is much nicer. So I gotta learn about the URL. What do we got here? Hash. So just URL.hash. Brilliant. So I'm gonna use that. Kev, again, bring in the love. Bring in the love. So where did I do that up here? I did that somewhere. Did I not? So we should be able to get const. This is URL, and it's going to be new URL window the location, right? I'm gonna get that, and I go. Is it .hash? I just get .hash. Let me see. It's just .hash. So how is that any different? How's that any different than what I'm doing here? Like, why would that be? I don't understand why that's different. Kevin, explain to me why is doing it this way better than doing it this way? What's the benefit over there? Okay, so there's no benefit to doing this. So the search params thing I like. That's much nicer. But this is there's no benefit to doing this way. So, but is there a set param? There's a hash search params. Percent. Just sent to string. URL search params. Did you say set search params up here somewhere? Scrolling back. Search params.set. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that because I don't like the way I'm doing this thing in here. Anyways, I'm gonna say const URL equals new URL location, and I go what set. No, what was it? Search params.set, and it takes so I would do it this way is what you're sort of telling me here, right? And this is going to be 500 by 650. Sure. And then I'm going to do the URL in there. Oh, no. I think I want to do it this way. Let's just see what this does now, because I think this is nicer. Oh, broke something. URL invalid URL. Okay. So I what are the two arguments? Oh, the name and the string value. So you can't. Hey, meow, how you doing? Takes 2 params. So can you set multiples? You have to do it each time. So okay, that makes sense. So notes is true, and then I can say I should be able to set again, like that. That'd be fun. Let's see if that works. I don't know. It's my first day with JavaScript. Now I got all these heavy hitters in the room. Telling me the way to do this. Oh no. Okay, so I can't do it twice. So what I'm gonna have to do is there's a new search params constructor. So I can say okay. So I need to call it. So search params.set, and then set it again. I hate that. I guess I can do like let like this. And I could say URL, right? Like URL. Oh, come on. Dot search params.set, something like that. Okay, well that's just not right. Let's look it up. Oh, not that. Just want to use search params. And what does this return to me? So it returns append. Oh, that's what I want. That's what I want. I see. I want append. I want. Okay. Sorry. That's what I want to do. So then I'm gonna go. Will this work? Const URL, and then I'm gonna go URL append. Like that. I don't know. Let's see if this works. It's not params. That's certainly not what it is. This is URL.append. You want set. You don't start. Don't you start with me. Oh, what is this? You think it's set? Set. Fine. Let's see what that does. Something broke. Something broke. URL is not what I think it is. All right. I think you might be right. All right, let's look at this other example here. So they had an example of doing some stuff here. What was this? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So I got these URL parameters, and then what do I do to attach them? We're gonna have to call set, right? So then set got a URL. And this just adds another one. All right, so let's walk this through. So I got my window.location, right? So that's this. So I'm gonna go, does that work? Search params append notes true. And let's just console log this. For those in the room that can do this in their sleep, I do apologize. Okay, so URL protocol, so that's a, okay. And that seemed to work. So I'm thinking I need to call it like this now. But I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, it worked. That's great. But the hash is in there, and I don't want the hash. So so I should probably try this. URL, it's the hash. Oh, okay. And then can I set, is it this simple? Is it going to be like URL dot hash equals like nothing? Can I do that? Let's see. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, that worked. Okay, that worked. So don't need this either. Because I don't want the hash. All right, there we go. That's what I want. I don't know if that's working right, but that's definitely what I want. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna do it that way. Okay. Well, I learned a lot there. Mostly how I don't know, like hell. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, cool. So that's cool. All right. So now what we have is we have these shareable links, right? So I can come in here, go to 2, right? Go to 2, jumps me to there. If I open my notes from there, oh my God, it jumps to the same thing. And then if I move this around, it actually moves where it needs to go, right? So that's correct. That's pretty cool. All right. Oh, no. Don't ever be sorry about coming in here and telling me how to do JavaScript stuff, because as anyone who's been on this stream for more than 5 minutes knows, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. None whatsoever. But I like learning these new API things. By the way, excited to see you talk about what talk? What talk on the Interactivity API? Am I presenting a talk somewhere? You got me all nervous now. I don't know where I'm presenting a talk at the Interactivity API. Oh no, it's on Create Block in Canada. It's not on the Interactivity API. Am I doing a talk that I'm not aware of? Do I have to check the WordCamp EU website? Schedule? I'm not on here. What? Mihal, you're freaking me out. Where am I doing a talk? Oh, here. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I thought you meant like a conference talk. No, this is actually I'm using the Interactivity API to I'm building this slide deck. Oh, I was so confused. I thought maybe I had committed to something and forgotten about it, which is not crazy to think that I would do that. But so okay, cool. So now that what I was actually working on when you joined was we were trying to get the URLs all replaced. We're actually using the router, the Interactivity router, to add hash anchors to the URL, and so now this is a shareable link, which is great, and it jumps to a particular spot. And then I was having issues with the broadcast channel. So what I'm doing is I have this broadcast channel set up, which is something I'd never used before, and it's really neat. And what it's going to do is it allows my two windows to talk to each other. So that's how my notes are talking and all that. Yeah. No stress. No stress at all. I thought I had to scramble to go to Europe all of a sudden or something, but which would be okay, but also terrifying because it's like five days. But anyways, okay. Initial slide location. I guess I could set like style transition to none and just have it jump. Maybe you could try it. Anyways, whatever. Okay, so I did have this idea because as you can see, I've got this like slide, this like appearance effect. Shut up, Terrence. Always messing with me. And I was wondering about maybe trying to do a way to have multiples. So the way that this is being done right now is so it's in my presentations. I have a pretty substantial directives thing going on. So what I'm doing, oh my God, excuse me. I don't know. I don't know why that's there, but it's there. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a number of things. I am getting the presentation, the main presentation block, setting a bookmark because I need to go back and update some stuff later. And this is pretty cool. I love the tag processor. You can do some really cool stuff with it. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a slide. So each basically I'm doing a while loop for each of the presentation slides, or the slide blocks that go inside the presentation. I'm setting a bookmark. I'm setting an attribute is to basically whether or not its state is presenting. Then I'm apparently updating some software. Then I'm keeping account of the slides, and I'm setting an order. Now the order is the order of my points. And so what I'm doing is I have a yeah, that's kind of where I was going with this. So what I've done is I'm looking for things that have the class assigned of talking point, and then I'm setting some things in there. I'm setting an active, whether or not it's an active talking point. Active talking point. I think that has to do with, I can't remember why I have that logic set up. But anyways, that's adding a class to it, if it's active or not. Some CSS that we can look at, and then I'm keeping track of the order and the slide, because what I need to know is right, okay, and then I'm finishing that loop, and I'm going back and doing the next slide, then I'm getting that, then I'm going back to the main, and I'm releasing that thing, and then I'm adding a bunch of stuff to, like, I'm adding some context, and I'm adding some state to all slides, to all instances, and then I'm just outputting the attribute stuff. And then what I'm doing in the actual view is I'm checking for, so in my next and previous slides, what I want to do is basically what I don't want it to navigate between slides until all my talking points have been shown. So there's some logic in here around, like, whether or not, so if my talking point is less than slides, so I have like every slide's got like an array of talking points, and if my current index is less than the number of talking points, then it doesn't move the slide, it just shows the next talking point, and it does that back and forth. And then down here at the very end, this is where it actually changes slides. So there was a lot of things that I needed to set up there, but the long and short of that is what I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to say, like when I'm editing my post here, I'm just going to close these windows. What I'd like to do is so I can define that this is a talking point, and it would be cool if I can just say, maybe at the presentation level, like, I don't need this in there, but I don't know why that's in there, actually. Weird. But what would be cool is if there were some settings where I could say, well, for this slide, I want all of my transitions to be fade in, or all my transitions are a slide from the right. Or you can do it on an individual basis, right? So if I have this set, remove a talking point. Right now it's just adding a class, and then maybe what I can say is, transition style, and I can add another class to it. So that's what I'm doing. So I got to figure out some of the CSS around that. Speaker notes, JS, what's this? Oh, some speaker notes, never mind. Talking point, transition on, opacity, 0. And then active talking point. Okay, so that's what I was doing. So an active talking point is going to set my transition to 0. What? Yeah, I was clearly doing some bad CSS in here, but so that's sort of what oh man, it's 12 though, and I have kind of a hard stop. That's a bummer, but transition is done. So this is in the editor, so I have no transition set on my talking point, and my opacity is always set to 100. So I always see the talking points in the editor. Like there's no point in having these things animate. But in what it's actually rendering, I think it looks like I'm handling all of my, yeah, I am handling everything inside the slide. So in here, that's fat. So in here, so the is presenting class, which I toggled off for now because you have to be in this. This only happens when you're in full screen. So for example, if I'm looking at the site, these aren't doing anything. It will transition, but I have to be in full screen, which looks a little weird in here because I have a much larger monitor. But those don't seem to be working. So I've clearly broken something. Now they're working. I don't know. Whatever. So I guess the talking point's going to have a transition all, and then the active talking point just changes this opacity. So I think what I need to do is just have a bunch of animations in here. Like, so I just have it slide, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So yeah, so that's what I want to do there. That's what I was hoping to get to today, but then I got all sidetracked and I don't really know what I'm doing. Cool. All right. Well, I got to drop out because I got to go see my kid at his school, and I'm excited about that. But before I go, I just wanted to say thanks for hanging out, and also if anyone's got anything else they want to chat about, let me know. Did you get the question answered about the multi-site? I think it's totally possible to have a domain for each multi-site, like WordPress.com VIP, for example. We used to be one massive multi-site. I think it still is in some ways. I don't really know the infrastructure behind the scenes there, but yeah, you can definitely point domains to different sites on a multi-site site. All right, cool. Thanks, Terrence, and everyone for hanging out and putting up with my crap JavaScript. Throw in error. If you run into issues with that stuff, reach out to me. I'm sure you could also reach out to Jonathan though. But anyways, I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend. Sound like Christopher Walken. But I'll talk to you later. If I can find a button. Bye.